So right now what we have here is it's a little bit more beefed up, kind of bulletproof jib drift bracket, or a jib resting bracket per se.
Okay. And so we built this here because sometimes when you're folding the crane up, you know, what you're doing with that jib is in a normal operating position, that jib is tucking up under your main boom. And a lot of times the jib doesn't want to go all the way up into that spot until you have flipped the boom over. And then at that point, just the slightest press on that thing, if you're not being careful, can make it slam down a couple feet, and it'll cause this thing to crack along the sides here. And so we kept experiencing that over and over again. And so Casey built a big beefed up version of this so that we don't have to, you know, have them cracking anymore, because when it happens, then your jib is up there just rattling around while you're driving down the road, and it's definitely not good for your crane, you know, in a driving position like that, being able to move around. And so talk to me about how you built this, Casey.
So what we did was we went ahead and took and CNC cut every single piece to where it fits together basically like a puzzle piece. At the end of the day, we have cross braces that come all the way down from here all the way across on both sides. That's going to take and actually give you the vertical support that you need here. So before we were braking here straight down, and now we actually have a bridge per se built from one side to the other.
This setup here, we're definitely not braking. You know, you can see instead of having 2 supports on the outside here, there's 3, and then like Casey said, it's bridged all the way across the middle there. So if you do inadvertently slam that jib down, you don't have to worry about cracking that thing, and that's a permanent solution. Slides right in there with 2 pins that hold it on right by the winch, and you never have to mess with it again. So that's a pretty sweet setup, man. I like it.
Thank you.
So one of the other things that we provide with the resting bracket is this drift bracket. You know why you need one of these, right?
Yeah, after a while your jib will start to drift and then clip cars next to you as you're going down the road.
Yeah, that's not a good situation. So like when the boom is all the way folded up on these larger knuckle booms, as most of y'all know, the jib is usually pointed downward. And so a lot of guys think that it's bypassing cylinders, maybe from overloading and stuff like that. What I've heard from the manufacturer is that inverting the boom to a negative angle and then doing any kind of stroking on it whatsoever causes those wipers inside of the cylinders to become crushed. Like you said, you know, you're sitting there parked and your jib is drifting out. We had a lady in Louisiana park right next to the crane when we were doing work at her house. We left the crane overnight, came back in the morning, and my jib was sitting on her fender of her brand new car, you know, dented in. And so the other thing is long trips. Like if we're driving, you know, multiple states away, you literally have to pull over, engage your PTO, and suck that thing back in because you're sticking 1.5 feet off the side of the truck. And so having this in there to be able to support that jib and not allow it to bleed by in there and continue to damage the seals even more is pretty important in my opinion, because those things don't get better as they bleed, they only get worse.
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. And at the end of the day, this bracket, it goes on your crane, it's not getting in your way, it's not heavy, and the good part about it, you don't have to take it on and off. Whenever you fold your crane up, it's actually doing its job automatically.
So we sell these 2 parts together. They obviously only fit the PM100, the BIK 126 tree package, but we sell both of these together as a pair. And feel free to reach out to me and I'll get with you on the pricing and shipping and all that good stuff. So.